you. Please be seated. Good afternoon. I am Shanna King, the very proud principal of Crockett Early College High School. Welcome to our Class of 2024 commencement ceremony. We are here today to honor the Class of 2024 candidates for graduation and their families and friends. We will begin our ceremony with senior class officers Aneri Lopez and Santa Brower leading us with the Pledge of Allegiance and the Texas Pledge. The national anthem will then be performed by the Crockett Choir under the direction of Juan Manuel Centillas.
Good morning. I am Aneri Lopez, Senior Class President.
And I am Santa Brower, Senior Vice President.
We are pleased to welcome you to the Class of 2024 commencement ceremony. We send a special welcome to all the families and friends and educators joining us on this momentous occasion.
During our past 4 years together, we have overcome challenges and shared joys. Your presence here today once again demonstrates your support for us.
We ask that each person here honor our fellow graduates by showing appreciation of our accomplishments only in appropriate ways.
Please silence your cell phones and please refrain from using any noisemakers. Avoid celebrations that may interfere with family members hearing their child's name announced.
Please stand if you're able and join us in saying the Pledge of Allegiance followed by the Texas Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty for justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God and one indivisible.
Please remain standing for the national anthem.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs were singing. Say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of
Please be seated. At this time, I am honored to introduce our esteemed platform guests as well as campus leaders. From AISD Leadership, Matias Segura, AISD Superintendent. Patricia Rodriguez, AISD Deputy Superintendent. Dr. Angel Wilson, Associate Superintendent of Secondary Schools. Dr. Teron Wooldridge, Executive Director of Secondary Schools. From our AISD Board of Trustees, Candace Hunter, District 1. Dr. Kevin Foster, District 3 AISD Board Vice President. Lynn Boswell, District 5 AISD Board Secretary. Dr. David Kaufman, District 7. And Arthi Singh, at-large position 9, AISD Board President. From the Crockett campus, Academy Director Caitlin Kinder and Academic Dean Dr. Amy Gonzalez. Assistant Principals Candace Black, Cynthia Julian, and Assistant Principal for the Class of 2024, Eric Ortman. We have counselors Uremi Arias, Deborah Black, Reggie Castillo, Susan Durham, Jennifer Lamb, and the counselor for the class of 2024, Mr. Jeffrey Harder. Announcing names for the class of 2024 are Phillips Adebayo, Christina Coro, Aaron Lane, and Eric Ortman. Our class of 2024 valedictorian is Santa Brower. And our class of 2024 salutatorian is Liv Gronquist. Senior class officers are Aneri Lopez and Santa Brower. Also joining us on stage today are the school leaders who got many of these seniors off to a strong start in school. The vertical team principals include Kimberly Placker from Boone Elementary, Stacy Foss from Cunningham Elementary, Natasha Barreto Romero from Galindo Elementary, Shaolin Chang from Jocelyn Elementary, Sandra McWilliams from Odom Elementary, Christy Cisneros from Pleasant Hill Elementary, Maritza Marquez from Sunset Valley, Natalie Cardona Villanueva from Williams Elementary, Angela Atkinson from Betachek Middle School, Cedric Maddox from Covington Middle School, and Erica Ramirez from Paredes Middle School. Thank you for doing amazing work preparing our students academically, socially, and emotionally. We share wonderful families and communities who honor us with the responsibility of guiding the education of their precious children. During the ceremony, you may notice AISD staff members making their way onto stage and presenting diplomas to their students. Our guest diploma presenters are Brennan Cruiser, Jennifer Fabula Ramirez, Valerie Garcia, Corey and Joseph Maynor, Charles Maples, Shannon Reed, Roxana Rodriguez, Miguel Trevino, and Esther Torres Williams. Also supporting the class of 2024 are College and Career Advisor Michelle Snyder, Gear Up mentors Ja'Cory Mosley and Odera Anyasinti, Early College High School Coordinator Christian Espino, Graduation Coach Taryn Hallett, as well as all of our outstanding teachers, teaching assistants, and staff. I would like all Crockett staff who are with us today, please stand and be recognized at this time. None of these seniors would be here today without the commitment and hard work that happens every day from each of our staff members. Thank you for your dedication in educating these students. You may be seated. At this time, I would like to ask our esteemed AISD School Board Trustee, Candace Hunter, to address our seniors.
Your trustee, let me get a little bit closer.
Your trustee, Andrew Gonzalez, is heartbroken that he cannot be here today to celebrate with you. He is very sorry that he cannot attend, but wants you to know that he is so incredibly proud of you all, that he loves and cares for you, and he will always be a resource for you in any way possible. We wish him a speedy recovery to health, and I will try to do him proud. I find that there are some great lessons in children's books. Please allow me to share a little bit of wisdom of Dr. Seuss. A large part of adolescence is the search for self. That doesn't mean you have to decide everything about yourself. You can have a change of heart. What it does mean, from the book I learned from the book Happy Birthday to You. Today you are you. That is truer than true. There is no one alive who is youer than you. Don't buy into imposter syndrome. You are that great. Throughout your life, you will have many acquaintances, and if you're fortunate, you will have a few close friends. From Horton hatches the egg. I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. An elephant is faithful, 100%. Find your ride or die. Class of 2024, you have lived through more than one once-in-a-lifetime event. You've endured a pandemic, a winter storm, an ice storm. All you have to do is turn on the news to feel a little bit hopeless. From the Lorax, I learned, it's not about what it is, it's about what it can be. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. When you have the opportunity to do good, do good. And finally, the future really does belong to you. If you have a will, you can always make a way. From all the places you will go. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You are on your own, and you know what you know. And you graduates are the ones who will decide where to go. Congratulations. It is my pleasure at this time to present our superintendent, Matias Segura. Mr. Segura is a product of Austin ISD with 2 daughters who attend our schools. His mother was an Austin ISD school teacher for 42 years. He understands the challenges of ensuring excellence for every child. Mr. Segura says, we are in the forever business. We must think in terms of generation. Matias asks the hard questions, focusing on excellence and achievement and opportunity for every student. Mr. Segura.
Good afternoon, Crockett. How y'all doing? Buenas tardes. I'm Matias Segura, and I am the proud superintendent of Austin ISD. Thank you, Trustee Hunter, for your comments and for being here this afternoon. Y'all, this is my absolute most favorite part of the job. It's a privilege to be here today to celebrate our graduates with Principal King and all of the amazing teachers and staff at Travis Early College High School. Crockett. Hey, that's all me, y'all. That's all me. Before we get going, I want y'all to, can we celebrate our blue shirts? The people here in blue shirts have worked tirelessly for months preparing for this graduation. If you could help me give them a round of applause. I also want to say a big thank you and welcome to all of our Austin ISD families. This is a milestone for you as well. To our graduates, I'm going to need y'all to do something for me. Our Crockett graduates. Crockett Early College High School graduates, excuse me. I need you to get up, get out of your seat. I need you to find your family, your partners, your support people in the stands, wave at them, give them a good round of applause. This would not be here without them. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all can be seated. Families, you all made this possible. As the proud parent of over 73,000 students, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't dish out a little dad advice. So seniors, that's what I'm going to do here today. First, I want you to know that hard work, appreciation for others, and treating people with dignity will get you far in life. Treating people with dignity means that you recognize their inherent humanity. Everyone is worthy and valuable. I was about your age, or maybe a little bit younger, when I learned the value of hard work, appreciation, and dignity. My dad's a plumber, and when I was a teenager, he would take me to the job sites and I'd work with him, and it was hard-breaking work. My dad did it every day so he could provide for our family. And I was always interested in all the things that he was doing. And I knew it then, and I definitely know it now, but those summers working with my dad would shape who I ended up becoming and the person who I am today. See, part of his job involved digging ditches and trenches for pipes. And over summers and weekends, I was right there digging alongside him in the hot Texas sun. I remember once we were working together and these men pulled up in fancy cars. They were dressed in slacks and ties and had hard hats. They looked really official, really official. It was sweltering hot that day, and we'd been shoveling dirt for hours. The men walked up, scanned the entire job site, and then without even acknowledging us, walked straight back into the air-conditioned building. I remember thinking, what does it take to get into this air-conditioned building? I asked my dad, who are these people? What do they do? He said, those are engineers, son. They design all of this, and from time to time they come out and make sure things are going according to plan. And if you go to school, you could do that work. And most critically, in my teenage brain, all I really wanted to do was to get in that air-conditioned building. I eventually did become an engineer, and I loved it. But the lesson here is not that I became an engineer. The lesson here is in the power of how we treat others. Those men that day didn't even acknowledge our hard work. And without people like my dad, they wouldn't have been successful. Their actions showed that they did not appreciate us or treat us with the dignity that everyone deserves. And over the years, I've learned that regardless of how much expertise or how many credentials you have, your success will always depend on the hard work of others. So go out and explore all kinds of pursuits. And just remember, the measure of your character is not in the titles you hold or in the positions you attain, but in how you treat those around you. Each person you encounter has a story, has a perspective, and a contribution to the collective human experience. Value that. Value people. Treat them with the appreciation and dignity we all deserve. So today, we celebrate the immense collective potential of our class of 2024 graduates. You've already begun making your mark on the world. Like Crockett's own Cadence Amadon, who earned a scholarship for her welding prowess at the UTI Top Tech Challenge this year. Yeah. Cadence is one of 12 Crockett seniors from the automotive program who will continue their education at UTI after graduation and is also applying for a position with the City of Austin Fleet Services. She took advanced classes in Crockett's construction program, and I'm told she aspires to be an underwater welder. What an incredible journey. We also have Matthew Chavez, who the past 2 years has earned first chair honors as an alto sax player in the Texas All-State Jazz Ensemble. Pretty incredible. And finally, we have a shout out to Vanya Toledo Lopez, who was the first Crockett senior this year to complete her 1,000 hours as part of her cosmetology certification. Vanya was the, yeah, that's 1,000 hours, no joke, y'all. She was on the AB Honor Roll for her junior and senior years and is actively involved in her community outside of school. Not to mention, in her 14 years in Austin ISD, she has had 0 unexcused absences. That's a round of applause, standing ovation. 0 unexcused absences. Some very impressive. And that is just a small snapshot of the incredible humans coming out of Crockett Early College High School. Crockett Cougars, the world awaits your unique contributions, and it's never too late to become the person you always imagined you could be. And I have no doubt that you will make all of us here very proud. Congratulations, Crockett, class of 2024.
Thank you, Superintendent Segura. Let's welcome our Crockett Mariachi de Oro under the direction of Mr. Ron Hare as they perform Que Bonita es Esta Vida. Okay, wonderful. Great job, Mariachi de Oro. Graduates, families, AISD staff, and honored guests, I am proud to stand before you to honor the Crockett Early College High School class of 2024. You all have come such a long way since your freshman year began on Zoom and have accomplished a lot in your time here at Crockett. You are leaving a legacy of excellence that demonstrates what the Cougar Pride core values of peace, resilience, integrity, diversity, and engagement are all about. For example, you led a record 13 different sport programs to the playoffs, including advancing to area in football for only the second time ever in school history. Our artists also had an incredible year with band, choir, guitar, and orchestra musicians earning superior ratings at UIL and many other contests. Woo. Theater also advanced to by-district competition in UIL and earned multiple Heller Award nominations. Our visual artists earned 23 first and second place finishes and a Gold Seal Award at VASE competition. Our Texan dancers won multiple sweepstakes and best overall titles, including academic champions for having the highest team GPA. You all have also had significant achievements in college and career readiness. This year's Avid senior class has over 100 graduates. 60 of our seniors have completed at least one career and technology program and over 70 industry-based certifications. 35 early college high school students achieved Core Complete, an Associates of Arts degree, or a P-Tech Level 1 Carpentry certificate through their work at Austin Community College. That is between 30 and 60 hours of college coursework completed while simultaneously being involved as a full-time student in high school. Yeah. During your senior year, you all took a record of over 200 advanced placement AP exams and earned over $6 million in college scholarships. To the 18 graduates who have earned their dual language seals of biliteracy, your bilingualism is a superpower that gives you empathy and wisdom to better understand both yourself as well as others and contribute to our global society. Aunque yo no soy bilingüe, todos ustedes me inspiran a continuar practicando, tanto para mi crecimiento personal y también para servir mejor a nuestra comunidad de Crockett. Oh, thanks. A todos nuestros graduados de Crockett y sus familias que emigran a los Estados Unidos o asistirían a la escuela mientras aprendían el inglés, espero que tomen un momento de orgullo para reflexionar sobre ese logro trascendental. Muchos de ustedes han tenido que hacer sacrificios y navegar muchas barreras, tanto en nuestro sistema escolar como en la sociedad, para poder estar aquí hoy. Nuestra comunidad es más fuerte gracias a ti, y gracias por confiar en nosotros como socios comunitarios. ¡Felicidades! To all of our Crockett caregivers, thank you for supporting your children on this journey and choosing Crockett as their educational home. Many of you have also given your limited time not only to your own children's education, but served as boosters or other volunteer roles in which hundreds of students have benefited. Thank you so much for your time and service. Finally, thank you to the class of 2024 for the happy memories and many lessons that you have gifted me in my first year as principal. I will miss chatting with you in the sunshine of our courtyard, cheering for you on fields, courts, and stages, and lifting heavy weights with you in the gym. We even got to experience a total solar eclipse together. Now, some of you know that I started my career at Crockett as a science teacher, and so I obviously couldn't pass up an opportunity to get up here and nerd out for you all one more time. Astronomer and educator Carl Sagan said, "The cosmos is within us. We are made of star stuff. We are a way for the universe to know itself. The nitrogen that's in our DNA, the calcium that's in our teeth, the iron that's in our blood, and the carbon that is in our apple pies were made in the interiors of collapsing stars. We are star stuff, which has taken its destiny into its own hands. Seniors, your destiny lies before you, and all of the power of the universe lies within you. You are all stars that have shined bright these past 4 years. Believe in yourself. You have the skill, the power, and the heart to make our tiny corner of this universe a little more kind, a little more just, and a little more joyful as you shine into the future. I hope that you all are as proud to be graduates of Crockett Early College High School as I am to be your principal. May you remain always victorious and have a great Crockett life." At this time, I would like to introduce Liv Gronquist, salutatorian of the class of 2024, who will address the graduating class.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the Crockett Class of 2024 graduation ceremony. To begin, I would like to take a moment to thank all the incredible mentors, parents, teachers, administrators, friends, and loved ones here today who have supported us throughout our high school journey. Your persistent efforts and endless support these past 4 years has not gone unnoticed, and thanks to your guidance, we're able to celebrate today. I would also like to thank my parents, who have been a constant source of inspiration and encouragement throughout my childhood, and have never hesitated to voice their pride about my successes. To my friends and fellow graduates, congratulations. Some of you have been counting down the days to be able to walk this stage, flip your tassel, and leave high school behind you. Others are overflowing with nostalgia and are sad to see how fast these past 4 years have gone by. No matter how you are feeling in your cap and gown today, our high school journey has come to an end. And with that, endless opportunities have opened up for each of us. For me, and likely many of you, thinking about future plans has done nothing but feed the anxiety growing in me. For the longest time, I have been crippled with indecision about what to do for a career, what college to go to, what to get for lunch. I worried about making the wrong choice and regretting it down the road, or about being too ambitious and not measuring up to the challenges I've imposed on myself. My anxiety escalated to the point where I would wake up every day dreading school, and paralyzing waves of nausea would hit me the second I left my car to go to class. Oftentimes, I compare my situation to Sylvia Plath's fig tree analogy, in which she describes her life as a fig tree, and each fig as a potential future that she must reach out and take. However, she is unable to make a choice and ends up watching as her ripe future filled with possibilities begins to wither away with time, turning into nothing but rotten fruit. Eventually, I came to a realization that I am not just the figs, but the entire tree. The seasons will change and new fruit will grow, just as new opportunities will always be blooming in life. The first fig I choose doesn't need to be my last. Minds can be changed, life will throw its worst at you, but we are resilient and can persevere through it all. I need to take that first step, pick that one fig, and begin my journey. So as the time draws near for us to go along our different paths and pick our different figs, I want to remind everyone to seize this opportunity to discover themselves and live life to the fullest. Don't get caught up in the what-ifs. Just take a chance and step towards your future. To honor the simultaneous end and beginning of our journey, I'd like to come full circle and share a few lines from a book read to many of us at the beginning of the year in Miss Muir's class, What the Road Said by Cleo Wade. I said to the road, "Where do you lead?" The road said, "Be a leader and find out." "How do I start?" I asked. The road smiled and said, "You have already started." "Well, what happens when I get there?" "We have just begun," said the road. "Do not skip straight to the ending. Enjoy the beginning and middle too." "Which way do I go?" "That is your choice to make," said the road. "But what if I go the wrong way?" The road curved a little, almost as if it was giving me a hug. "Do not worry. Sometimes we go the wrong way on our way to the right way." "What if I change?" The road then raised me up and said, all things grow and change. That is the magic of being alive. You too will find your wings. You too will bloom. No living thing is meant to stay the same. What if I can't do it? You can, said the road. How do you know? Because you have come this far. Today, we stand on the cusp of an exciting new chapter. Our time here has been filled with challenges and triumphs, laughter and tears, and countless memories we'll carry with us. As we look towards the future, it is important to remember the lessons we've learned, the friendships we've made, and the potential we hold. We have the power to make our own path, so long as we reach out and take the lead. So take in this moment, have fun with your friends, and celebrate how far you have come and just how far you have left to go. Thank you.
Thank you for your wonderful speech, Liv. I'd like to present you with a salutatorian plaque, and congratulations again. Oh. Liv's family, will you please stand and be recognized at this time? Where are they at? There they are. Thank you. Congratulations. It is my honor to introduce the valedictorian of the class of 2024, Santa Brower, who will now address their classmates.
Thank you, Ms. King, for that introduction, and thank you all so much for being here today. I would like to begin by thanking the devoted teachers and staff for making today possible. Thank you for what you do. Your efforts and support don't go unnoticed. I would also like to thank the incredible Austin Community College professors I've had the privilege of learning from as an early college high school student. Thank you for giving me a voice and helping me find the courage to use it. And most importantly, we can all thank our supportive friends and family who have guided us along our time here. Thank you all. When I started to write this speech, I did something that most of us have become pros at in the past 4 years. I procrastinated. For some of you, today may be a dreaded day. Leaving behind friends, routines, and memories is difficult. For others, this very speech may just be another thing delaying your ticket out. Whether you will proudly cheer at the future homecoming games and garner the title of a super senior, or have been counting down the seconds to this day, our unique experiences have definitely made high school memorable. When you reflect on this time, I hope you remember the fond memories. Pep rallies, lunches with your friends, your favorite teachers, spirit weeks, or, you know, that time that you crashed your dad's car into a fence. Just me? My bad. When I began to reflect on the past 4 years, throughout all the changes, one thing remained consistent. Every week, I learned a little bit more, and every week, I was reminded that I knew absolutely nothing. Okay, I guess I knew a thing or two about getting good grades, but beyond that, I'm drawing a blank. I don't know the meaning of life or what comes next, but I can say one thing for certain. It won't be easy, and I don't think it ever has been. From a young age, we've all been told that you can be anything you want, and it feels like a slap on the face when life happens and things get in our way. I know my biggest dream was to be a princess, and I'm still trying to figure that one out. Now is the time to think about your path, however complicated or straightforward, and how it led you here today. Letting go of desires, people, and dreams is the inevitable byproduct of life that just slips between our fingers. A lot of it must feel out of your control, because it is. I think it's easy to chalk up your fate to the things that came before and the unknown future ahead. However, I also think that it takes a great deal of strength to make your own path forward, outside of what has already been written. You are not the sequel to your parents, and you are not obliged to follow in the expectations of others. I hope you find the courage to see beyond the stories that you were born into. I'm not telling you to change the world, not exactly, but maybe just your own little corner of it. Continue to work towards the life that you imagined. The outcome can be much better if you're willing to make adjustments along the way and not excuses. Never be the first person to say no to yourself. God knows how many opportunities I talked myself out of because I didn't feel like I was good enough. But whatever you're not good enough for was probably not going to be enough for you either. And most importantly, don't wait. I spent most of my time here feeling as though life was happening somewhere else, far away, without me. I thought that by now I'd have it figured out and life would start happening to me too. But happiness cannot be reserved for the future or an emotion that can only be felt by the best version of yourself. And all the time I spent waiting for the perfect moment, life was happening. From the moments that took my breath away to the most mundane, to the moments I still cringe at when I remember, all of them were full of life. It will never be the right place or the right time, and it will rarely ever be the right person. But it will still happen. It's up to you to feel it. To finish, I will leave you all with a quote from one of my favorite books, Flowers for Algernon by Daniel Keyes. Quote, "I am afraid, not of life or death or nothingness, but of wasting it as if I had never been. This is your story. Don't forget that you're the author." To the class of 2024, thank you. I feel truly honored to share this ceremony with you all, and I wish you the best of luck in your future. Congratulations, we did it.
Thank you, Santa, for your wonderful speech. I'd like to present you with a valedictorian plaque. Would Santa's family please stand and be recognized at this time? There they are. Congratulations. All right, it's the moment we've been waiting for. Mr. Segura and the Austin ISD Board of Trustees, it is my honor to present the Crockett High School class of 2024. Yes, yeah. Mr. Segura, the members of the Board of Trustees, and graduates, please stand. To the members of the Board of Trustees and Mr. Segura, by the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees and the Texas Education Agency, I certify that these candidates have completed all the requirements specified by district policy and state law, and I recommend that they be awarded their diplomas and certificates. Graduates, you may be seated. Staff, please direct the first row of students to approach the stage, and we'll get this party started.
Santa Brower. Liv Osprey Gronquist. Alexia Margarita Abundis. Santiago Andres Acevedo Duarte. Ambar Acosta. Anthony Acosta Moreno. Oh. Bianca Acuna. Salim Aksan. Joel Acala Jr. Zachary with a CH, Ryan Alvarete. Andrea Eliana Alejo. Joanna K. Alvarado. Marley Alvarado. Danny Ambrosio Jaimes. Cadence Amidon. Jaden Ray Angelo. Elena Marissa Anguiano. Michael Tobias Aquino. Ruchit Balasuria. Alondra Aviles Ariano. Xavier Arias. Emily Arias. Caleb Arthur Aziz. Samantha Guadalupe Artiega Diaz. Delilah Bandala. Ambrose Banks. Mariano Arturo Barras Rodriguez. Irvin Barrera. Drew Catherine Baxa. Dexter Lenon Bell. Adam Benitez. Kaylee Bermia. Kristen Elena Bernal Navarrete. Roberto Samuel Berrios. Melina Ortiz Veron. Nevea Naomi Boone. Elizabeth Grace Boyd. Ezekiel Allen Brewer. Natalie Marcela Brigante. Liliana Mary Briseño. Casey Q. Brown. Jack Harlan Bollington. Finley Burke. Diego Alejandro Cabrera. Ocio Ramses Cabanena. John Andrew Cardenas. Malachi Cardenas. Alexa Rihanna Cardona. Leslie Casanova Rodriguez. Jeremiah Damasio Castillo. Aiden Abraham Castillo. Ileana Mercedes Castro. Mark Bryant Castro. John Castruita. Camilla Cavazos. Sebastian Adrian Cerda. Cesar Alejandro Cervantes Jacal. Aviana Nevea Chapa. Matthew Michael Chavez. Kimberly Abigail Chirinos. Felix Antonio Caminares Anselmi. Tegan Compton. Trayvon Dante Conley. Brendan Robert Thomas Conrad Luna. Jack Macaulay Charles Cooper. I got it. Anetis Natalie Cortez Cabral. Hector Cristobal. Parker Thomas Simmons Crompton. Michael Irvin Crump Jr. Colin Russell Cruiser. Brian Thomas Cutler. Axel Castaneda. Yahaira Yamlet Cruz Perez. Michael Jeremiah Daniel Day. Roberto Antonio de Jesus Nahan. El de la Cruz. Jarius Khalil de Leon. Karina Maricela de Leon. Hunter Jackson Dement. Portia Derek Silva. Linda Michelle Diaz Santos. Darren Diaz Mora. Cameron Dion Dickey. Zoe J. Dixon. Fee Duffy. Eric Sean Duncan. Julian Daniel Cantu. West Oblio Eastup. Cheris Lilium Elkington. May Egan. Max Burton Ellich. Brian Romeo Escobar Vasquez. Eli Eskew. Alexander Estrada.
Evelyn Irene Fabila Ramirez. Milo Jean Farnell. Rowan Ferris. Eric Luis Vaz. Ever Ferrer Henry. Sean Haven Fenton. Michael Anthony Fernandez. Jasmine Ciara Flores. Sebastian Cortez Flores. Cosmo Floyd. Jose Guadalupe Francisco Toledo. Nicholas Ray Furman. Natalia Galdamez Hernandez. Ruben Anthony Gomez. Andrew Joseph Garcia. Ariana Nicole Garcia. Zeb Garcia.
Slow down a little bit.
Berenice Garcia Ibarra. Elizabeth Garcia Ibarra. Alberto Garcia Lascurain Delgadillo. Nathan John Garcia Lopez. Ryan Trey Garza. Haley Nicole Gaudet. Jocelyn Carson Giddens. Seth Armand Gill. Christopher Demetric Giles Jr. Aaron Alejandro Giron. Jose Eduardo Gomez Figueroa. Ana Gonzalez. Fernando Nathaniel Gonzalez. Sierra Camille Gonzalez. Gianna Mia Gonzalez. Jose Gabriel Gonzalez. Reina Guadalupe Gonzalez Garcia. Camilla Neil Acosta. Gabriel Durham Goldie. Seth Cameron Goldie. Uma Ray Green. Scarlett Greer. Christopher Guadarrama Gomez. Aliana Dominique Guerra. Máximo Guillen Jr. Gael Gutierrez Lopez. Mia Alexis Gutierrez Limón. Rodolfo Guzman Jr. Jacob Arthur Henning. Sammy Hahn. Tiara Nicole Harrison. Lex Habacker. Brandon Christopher Hayes. Alex Enriquez. Jubilee Angeline Hermosillo. Gunnar Hernandez. Miguel Ángel Hernández. Priscilla Hernandez. Isaiah Jackson. Julian Hipolito. Kirsten Mariah Hoffman. Logan Loren Holiday. Connor Alexander Howard. Vivian Strange Howard. Claire Anna Youth. Ash Inman. Rosalind Jaimes. Cindy Jaimes Perez. Sinaí Amarillo. Sadie Rose Jefferson. Paige Jefferson. Gray McWhirter Jenkins. Joshua Luis Jimenez. Esther Lilia Juarez. Julio Cesar Juarez.
They're saying to slow it down just a tad.
More? Okay. Adam Robert Kemp. Madeline Kennedy. Kian Glenn Quo. Jackson Lantron. Aiden Mateo Lara. Alan Leggett. Waldencio Leon Peralta Jr. Caroline Leonides. Joshua Damian Lerma. Azriel Edward Leyendecker. Javier Leiva Saldaña. Jennifer Macias. Brock Mitchell Lemrick. Aura Nayeli Limon. Liam Gethin. Leo. Angus Theodore Long. Ansel Longoria. I know, wait. Anetti Blanca Lopez. Mariana Angel Lopez. Stephanie Guadalupe Lopez.
Giovanni Milton Lopez Manzano. Edgar Alejandro Lopez Vasquez. Yeah. Jocelyn Laredo. Vincent Marcelo Lucio. Elizabeth Luna Areno. Taraya Love. Joseph Avery Maynard II. Marisela Saray Manzano Sorato. Zelda Beth Maples. Enley Martin Perez. Angelica Jessie Martinez. Destiny Marie Martinez. Mia Ashley Martinez. Rosalind Martinez. Horatio Martinez Landon.
Yaretsi Martinez Suarez. Rosa Martinez Rodriguez. Kylie Helena Marvelli. Joshua Maxon. Leanna Marie Maxwell. Hi, Jenna. Jeanette Martinez Rivera. Marcel Ashawn Mays. Masriagos. Jamie Masiriagos Coyoy. Sophia Grace McCullough. Dylan James McCluxy. Denham Branson McKendrick. Ethan McLaughlin. Cash Walker McNichol. Catherine Medell Escoto. Jacob Mendieta. Sarah Meyer. Terrence Jonathan Miller. Michael Reyes Molina. Daniela Mondragon Rodriguez. Danielle Vanessa Montoya. Alila Renee Morales. Destiny Iana Moreno. Halo del Sol Moreno. Maria Guadalupe Moreno Riviera. Damari Stacy Lamont Morrison. Stefan Morrison. Hector Adrian Munoz. Lisette Johanna Navarrete Nieto. Son An Win. Austin Jace Nieto. Ileana Janae Nieto. Maritza Graciela Nolasco Mendez. Tiffany Elizabeth Nova. Nicholas Lee Nuncio. Fabian Nunez. Justine Michaela Ochoa. Liliana Grace Ochoa. Olivia Alexis Oliveres. Adalina Elise Olvera. Brandon Alberto Olvera Acosta. Angel Ray Ortega. Omar Jason Ortega Rico. Abraham Adam Ortiz Jr. Camille Sophia Ortiz. Kiara Yadabid Ortiz Areno. Jamal Adrian Owens. Bass Pace. Violet Ann Paget. Fern Padilla. Vanessa Pastor. Mia Alyssa Patino. Jorge Peña. Maite Peña Flores. Amado Israel Pina Gonzalez. Bailey Renee Penn. Isabella Pereira de Osha. Yuri Pereira de Osha. Dominic Perez. Juan Jose Perez Najera. Eli Gordon Perkins. Aiden Jared Peterson Brenton. AJ Phoenix. Nestor Alonso Pineda Rivera. Keely Elizabeth Polanco. Byron Keith Porter Jr. Rosendo Alexander Puente. Gabriel Rodriguez Morales. Brooke Len Ramirez. Jesus Ramirez Jr. Zaraya Fatima Ramirez. David Alexander Ramos Jr. She's here. Jacob Reed. Nadia. Nadia Len Rerucha. Monica Soledad Reyes. Lola Butterfly Reina. Hector Reynosa Aviles. Dominic Andrew Rios. Jeremy Rivera. Juliet Robles Viesca. Fabiola Rocha Samaron. Elijah Ramon Rodriguez.
Natalie Leticia Rodriguez. Summer Rain Rodriguez. Jesus Francisco Rodriguez Nino. Jasmine Liana Rogers. Christian Romero. Camila Isabella Romero Arajo. Cesar Emmanuel Romero Perez. Zoe Marie Rothenbach. Ryan Ethan Rudd. Jesus Joely Ruiz Gomez. Saltiel Salas Garcia. Jose de Jesus Salazar Martinez. Samantha Saldana Leyva. Alexis Saldana Gomez. Adelina Marissa Salinas. Shayla Denise Salinas. Robert Godfrey Abraham Sanchez. Well done, sir. Yasmin Sanchez de Nova. Diana Sanchez Gaspar. Jacob Sanchez Bettino. Kenya Abigail Sanchez Paz. Oscar Vladimir Sanchez Paz. Anthony Saucedo. Nicholas Meliton Sabelgio. Rylan Cass Shipper. Rowan Daniel Schumacher. Izzy Seitz. Stella Solaris Seligson. Paola Darlene Cifuentes Giron. Jay Smith. Kayla Anise Smith. Ellie Lightning Spellman Burks. Frederick G. Stritzinger VI. Coral Nicole Cease. Hank Austin Sullins Jr. Sabrina Michelle Susana. DeAntoine Lamar Thompson. I got it. Griffin Henry Taves. Vianney Toledo Lopez. Alexin Jovino Toral. Amanda Cassidy Torres. Abril Milagros Toruno Molina. Amelia Nicole Tovar. Brianna Tovar Cervantes. Diamond Lee Trevino. Gabriella Galen Trevino.
I got this. Ryan Lynn Trevino.
Xavier Orlando Vallejo Salas. Annabelle Denise Vasquez. Liliana Marie Vasquez. Sofia Vasquez Jimenez. Alani Sarai Velasquez. Alinson Palanco. Madeline Rose Venegas. Layla Christine Vera. Jeremiah Alexander Verver. Mia Juliana Vidal. Michael Anthony Villanueva. Amaris Christina Villegas. Gabriel Anthony Villegas. Hugo Alexis Villegas Calderon. Diego Israel Williams. Andrea Gabriela Wood. Madison L. Wright. Talia Promise Wright. Merrick Allen Yaws. Isela Monique Ibanez. Austin Star Ibarra. Angel Ibarra. Lauren Rihanna Iglesias. Haley Zambrano Izaguirre. Diego Joel Zavala. At this time, we would like to honor a student, a Crockett student, Chi Mong Lin Kai Hun, who passed away this school year. They were a beloved member of the Crockett community and are deeply missed. Their brother Tai Hun will be accepting their diploma on behalf of the family. real quick. Do y'all remember your first day of high school? I do, because I was a teacher. So I need everybody in this room to understand the first day of high school for these kids here, they logged on and we saw their faces for about half of a second. And then they disappeared. And for 90% of them, they were just black screens with their names on the screen. We never knew that we were going to get this. On that first day of school, we did not know that this is what it was going to look like 4 years later. So I just want to take a moment to be appreciative of this. You can clap, yeah. And as a teacher, a coach, an assistant principal now, as a parent, I just want to say this. Do not hide behind black screens with your names on it. Your faces are too pretty. Show us your faces, okay? It's just so nice to see your faces. You don't understand, y'all.
So we're just going to let the students make their way through their photo booths. They're almost done. So thank you all for your patience. In a little bit, we'll turn our tassels, have some fun. We'll sing the school song. And after the school song, graduates, that's when you're going to throw your hats, okay? So get ready. Important moment coming up, okay? Good? All right. Just a few minutes and we'll close this out. right, graduates, please stand. You now stand before us as graduates. Please shift your tassel from right to left to signify your new status as graduates of Crockett Early College High School. To close our ceremony, please join us one last time in singing the Crockett School song. You will find the words printed on the back of your program. Families and friends, please remain seated in the arena until all of our graduates have exited during the recessional. Graduates, you will meet your family at the Burger Baseball Arena. Thank you all and have a great Crockett Day! Let's throw our hats in 3, 2, 1, let it go!
Like, get it going, get it going.
Thank you.